Hello. Welcome to Bingo.
Welcome to Mega Man Bingo. It's for Mega Man 1 through 6.
We've got two good runners here today in sagehero and KaiserKrister, Chrissy. We've got a big bingo card. We're going to be getting two lines. I'm Mr. Cab, and I'm really here to let Terex do the talking tonight.
I'm Terex, and I'm apparently here to do the talking tonight for Mr. Cab.
We're
It's a
gonna
good
have,
system.
We're going to have fun.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
So, how does Mega Man 1 through 6 bingo actually work? What are we
So
doing?
generally for Mega Man Bingo, we try to complete 2 rows to kind of give a good spacing on time. And just because sometimes when we do a single row, you might get something that's really easy and you're done in like 15 minutes. Double bingo tends to give better routing opportunity to try and figure out what you want to do to play to what your strengths are. So everything on this board is has been on a card generated with Mega Man 1 through 6 goals that we've created. The red goals are going to be the hardest ones to complete or most time consuming. Yellow goals are kind of in the middle, and then if they have no outline, then they're just, much easier. As you can see on their cards, they've already marked out a path that they have decided to go on. You can kind of do this 2 ways. You can either plan it ahead of time or hit start and try to do it all at once. But it looks like they decided to do a planned out one instead. What's interesting here is Chrissy is going for 2 column rows. Generally, you're going to want to intersect your 2 rows that you're doing because that lets you do 1 less goal. But sometimes that's not as favorable. If you're better at doing certain things, it might be worth it just to do 2 separate ones.
Yeah, I see a handful of Mega Man 5 goals in Chrissy's plan here. Chrissy, generally known as a Mega Man 5 runner. But there's certainly a handful there in Sage's as well. Just going over these 2 sets here, Chrissy's got column 1 and column 4. I know the text is a little small on the screen, but let's just run through this really fast. Defeat Gravity Man with Water Wave as the final blow. Water Wave is a ground traversing weapon, so that's harder than it sounds from just reading that, if you know the Gravity Man fight. Defeat every adhering Susie in the Robot Master stages in Mega Man 1. That one, I think, might be... That's a weird one to pick, because that means you have to go to every stage in Mega Man 1, right? At least the first 6. Or at least you have to know where they are. Complete Doc Shadow stage and bosses, so he's going to go to the Doc Robots. And I'm going to mention something here we haven't quite brought up yet. If you're going to something past the 8 robots, the bingo cards do kind of use the password, just get there, because the point of this bingo card is not to defeat 8 robots and then go forth and do more things. Generally, you only want to complete a few stages in each game and then switch to goals in other games.
Correct.
So Doc Shadow is going to be one of those. Defeat Tomahawk Man in Mega Man 6. Terex, what did we say the name of that penguin enemy was? It is Pepe?
It is Pepe's, yep.
25 Pepes in Mega Man 1, the little flying penguins in Iceman stage. That'll give him column 1. Column 4, he's going through... He has to defeat at least one of every shield turret type enemy. I think we have a list up here. The little cannons in Cutman stage, the turrets in Needleman stage, the turrets in Drillman stage, the shield enemies in Gyro Man stage, and the kind of shield in front. I believe those enemies are in Nightman stage in Mega Man 6.
That is correct.
Nice long list there. Freeze a big eye, and a sniper armor in mid jump for Mega Man 1 and 2. Defeat Gravity Man. Okay, so actually there's an interesting one in its own right. Column 4 has Defeat Gravity Man, just the stage and the boss, which does align nicely with his column 1, row 1 choice, because he'll have to do the same thing.
Indeed. Not to interrupt you, but it sounds like that they are getting ready to go. They're about ready. So
I'm ready.
Yeah, go ahead and finish that off. I'll give them the countdown here, and we can let them go.
All right. Chrissy does have a goal to defeat 3 different enemy types from every game, all 6 of them. So we're going to see all 6 games if he sticks to this plan. Freeze 2 different colors of Mono Rotor with Flash Stopper and Mega Man 4. They're those kind of enemies that start spitting around in a few stages, and they come in many different colors if you're paying attention. I wasn't until I actually read that bingo tile earlier, so we'll have to just keep an eye on them and make sure Chrissy does it right. The other squares that Sagehero's doing that we haven't gone over yet, for row 3, collect any one of the beat letters in Mega Man 5. Defeat Cossack 1 and 2 using only drill and balloon. Sage is pretty skilled at Mega Man 4, so I'm kind of curious to see how that one works out. He has to return to the checkpoint of Ringman stage from the boss gate. So he has to go all the way to the boss gate and then go all the way back to the checkpoint. It's only back to the checkpoint. I'm pretty sure there's a spot in there where he falls down to a hippo, so he's not going to be able to get past that. And they're getting started, so let's pay attention here. Chrissy's going to go and take out Wave Man first. He needs Wave Man's weapon for Gravity Man, according to his card, so not a bad place to just go and start. Does mean he's going to be doing this without the aid of the super arrow, so we're going to get to see the normal mid-section. Sagehero is in Flashman stage. So Sage, I believe, has to freeze something. Collect a full screen attack. Just running through this list. Bring all 3 sniper armors and flashes last screen to the left wall is actually row 1, column 3, so...
Yep, so that's likely what he's going to be going for first. Now, we will note that they are going to be playing specifically with Mega Man 2, not Rockman 2. In most situations, in speedrunning, Rockman 2 is the faster game because of the Japanese versus English text difference. But a lot of goals tend to be not doable on difficult mode, which is what the Japanese version only has. So we tend to play bingo with Mega Man 2 so that we can do some cool goals with it.
So here we go.
To answer a question in chat for Cranky, can they just start with all of the weapons, or do they have to earn their passwords? They don't need to earn their passwords. They can use them at any time if the goal for it is allowed. For example, there is one that both of them are going for on column 1, row 3, which is complete Doc Shadow. That means that they can password with that blue circle up in the top right. They can password to go do that specifically. So unless that the goal has that there, then they cannot do it. However, if they do have a goal in their routing that does have a password, you are then allowed to do goals that require certain weapons. That way you're not doing like a whole bunch of extra stuff later on. So there are a couple of small rules that we have for that to allow for interesting routing purposes.
In theory, it would be possible too for some of these, like just go all the way to the teleporter room if you wanted to, but I think most castle stage goals typically only get you to the 5th some odd stage. I'm not sure, is that all the way to the left wall?
Yes, I believe he's gotten them all there. Is he taking on Wave Man? It's very interesting to go through that stage without having weapons already. Normally, that would be your last stage in the speedrun. And you run through the stage with Charge Kick and don't take a lot of damage, but makes it much more difficult otherwise.
See, I still remember fighting Wave Man first, way back in the 90s, so... It's like, yeah, it's the wave fight, and you get to see, yeah, that wave just blocking all of those buster shots is really annoying. And Sage now going through this one section of Gravity Man where typically runners would have the super arrow and be skipping over a couple of things. Not going to be that much, but it's always interesting to see where the strats kind of become, oh wait, I don't have that. I did not see if Chrissy got the letter. Not that he seems to be planning for that.
I doubt that he's going to be getting the letter because that would require him to beat all 8 stages to make use of beat, in which case, if he's doing a late game stage, he's going to be passwording to it anyway.
Well, it's just that that tile we've got here that Sage actually now has it lit up whenever he gets a moment to go to his tracker. Just collect any letter. Any old letter. So he just did that. Sage into the Gravity Man fight. So Gravity Man likes to jump around a lot. The whole fight is typically scripted with Star Crash. In theory, any version of this fight could be scripted just because Gravity Man's pattern is scripted. But you can see he's jumping around a lot. It makes it a little annoying to hit with the Buster, let alone other weapons. And Chrissy has a requirement here to defeat Gravity Man, the last attack, with the Water Wave weapon, which only travels along the ground.
Yes.
So, we'll see.
But that's 2 goals right there done for Sage already. 3, actually, yeah, because he got the gravity hold, which is a full screen attack. So that was quite the handful of goals to complete.
So Chrissy switching to Water Wave maybe a little bit early. I don't know if it's a soft weakness or not, but there it is. So Chrissy knocking out Gravity Man. Not powering off to switch games just yet. I believe he has to defeat a shield turret enemy, and he might as well go into Gyro Man stage and do it. And then he won't have any more Mega Man 5 goals from there. The only other square he has that involves Mega Man 5 is to defeat 3 types of enemies from every game.
So it is worth it to note that these 2 do have different backgrounds. I'm not sure if he covered it earlier. Chrissy is a Mega Man 5 runner, and Sage is a Mega Man 4 runner. I know they both dabbled in a couple other games here and there, but those are their main games and what they're most comfortable with. So what they may try to go for in certain games will, affect what kinds of goals they picked. Just based on their strengths.
Kind of curious what Sage is doing over here. I'm guessing he thinks he needs Balloon for Ring, which may very well be true. So he's got
yes. It is Balloon or Jet required to go back from that.
So I'm assuming Chrissy went in the Gyro Man stage, didn't see it. But he's Chrissy. We'll trust him. He does have to defeat at least one of these enemies. There it is.
There it is.
So Chrissy is on a mission here to defeat every adhering Susie in Robot Master stages. So right around the checkpoint of this stage, he's going to start... If I got it right, we're talking about those eyeball enemies.
Yes. Sage opting to finish out Pharaoh Man stage rather than take the deaths to game over. And I don't blame him for that, just because dying in Mega Man 4 does take a long time to let you respawn. So it might be faster to just finish the stage than to, die and then leave with just Balloon. It also allows him to use a Pharaoh shot in Ringman stage.
Yeah, I'm thinking he wants the Pharaoh shot for Ringman stage more than anything. Chrissy pummeling these Susies here in Cutman stage. Actually, here's another reason for you. Sagehero in row 4, column 3 has a tile that says defeat a mini-boss with any special weapon other than Flash Stopper. I'm pretty sure Pharaoh Shot will qualify for that. So he's going to check that box momentarily. He has a lot of Mega Man 4 goals the more I look at this card.
Yeah, using Pharaoh Shot is actually a very good weapon. Yep, you'll see him use it here. Even if he doesn't do it here, he might just be skipping this one. You can skip these hippos very easily. Yep, there he goes.
This one. My favorite part of the text for this is that the wire adapter does not count as a special weapon.
Yep, there's his mini boss goal right there. Yeah, the wire does not count. Specifically, we are talking about the actual Robot Master weapons.
So Sage has to reach the end here.
Meanwhile, Chrissy is making his way through the second stage in Mega Man 1. I wonder if his plan is to complete all of them rather than die and game over.
I'm trying to think. The goal itself mentions that the Susies are really only in Ice, Cut, and Bomb.
Oh, that's true.
And this is why that screen kind of worried me when I saw it here.
You might be going for a magnet beam.
Oh, that might be what Chrissy's up to. Sage taking a death trying to return from the goal, so he has an ammo problem now.
Yeah, this goal, I've done this one myself, trying to return back. It's not an easy goal. It sounds like it's kind of easy, and then you try to do it, and things go wrong very quickly.
Oh, he had a large drop. He
another one.
Need another one. But getting more balloons is not a bad idea.
I will say though, having done this one, it is actually technically possible to do it with coil. But it's really hard to. You have to basically jump out from the spikes. Or across the spikes. Let's see, yeah. Now he's going to use Balloon to get up here first and save one. So yeah, on this next screen, you can use Coil right here to get up. You have to jump out over the spikes, turn left. Oh, it looks like he's going to try it. It is possible, but you have to nail it right in the right spot. There he goes.
Okay, so here he goes.
That was smart for him to go on that side.
Very nice. So he has to get back, I guess, to the left edge of the screen. That's where the checkpoint really is. He's grabbing that health just to be absolutely sure.
And yes, it looks like Chrissy went and got Magnet Beam, so that is a very good thing for him in trying to go to some of the other stages, because now he can zip.
There's some good coil. Of course, the stage not exactly designed to be traversed this way, so he should be good from here as long as he doesn't have a catastrophe with these enemies.
Yep, there he goes. That's his goal complete there. Only 3 left for Sage. He planned this out very well. He knocked out 3 at once in completing Gravity Man stage. He picked a very good route to go through on this.
Yep, there's a lot
Also, that's probably, if he completes this soon, that'd be one of the fastest bingos I've ever seen. Not gonna lie. He does, however, have 2 long goals. He does have to go beat Doc Shadow still, and he does need to complete Cossack 1 and 2 using only Drill Bomb and Balloon. which is not an easy thing to go through. Plus, that'll cause a ton of lag on the screen when he's using Drill Bomb.
Trying to remember which stage Doc crashes in. That's in Doc Needle, isn't it?
I actually am not sure which one it is.
It's been a little while. I want to say that's the end of Needleman stage, and you want hard knuckles for it. So Sage needs drill only here. Drill, fortunately, is very useful against the slinky enemies. So he should be mostly good. Although, I'm assuming we're going to run into a problem called what is Drill's efficacy against the bosses.
He should be using Drill on Moth, if I remember correctly.
Makes sense to me, but yeah, he's going to get the ammo drop here.
Yeah, see, that's another thing. Now he has to plan out for ammo drops. Whew.
Of course,
see, Chrissy defeating his Pepes, getting these penguins in. 25 of them.
So what happens if he gets the triple candy?
Nothing will happen unless he, like, specifically tries to cause more lag. I think cool to see if he hit triple candy, but so what triple candy is, it's a glitch in Mega Man 1 that allows for a couple of different things to happen. Specifically, triple candy, you're trying to originally it was to spawn the like water wave from Wily 3 in this stage, and it pushes you forward really fast. But you can also arbitrary code execution the game as well by basically getting the 3 candy drops, or the points drops is what they are. But they just look like pieces of candy, hence the name. You get 3 of them on screen, and you jump up and wiggle a ton in place, and the extra lag that happens there causes a variety of things to happen. The most often one is that it just crashes the game, or it resets it, but sometimes it finishes the game, and so the technical world record for Mega Man 1 is like 2 minutes long.
So I think what happened to Sage is he decided he didn't have enough health to take down the moth, and took an intentional death, but forgot that in Mega Man 4 there's not really a checkpoint in that boss corridor, so he got back to the midway point.
Yeah, so, Mega Man 4 is a bit brutal in that regard.
Yeah. The one nice thing about this is the beginning of Cossack 1 has the free tank. There's an E-tank hidden in the snow. So hopefully he won't have to take any sort of intentional death anywhere along the way this time. He can just use the E-tank. Chrissy seems to be having a heck of a time with Iceman stage, though.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to try to game over. You know, he might not be trying to complete it. He did his goal. He might be trying to just finish up and then head to Bomb Man stage.
I disagree with getting out of here. Does he have... Yeah, he does.
Yep, stage select, so...
he has a Road to Column 4 goal called Freeze a Big Eye in mid-jump. So he's going to need ice if he wants to do that.
Oh, he is going to need ice. That is true. He's got to do both.
So Chrissy's probably going to read that later and realize his error.
Might be thinking that it's or rather than and.
It's possible.
Gotta make sure you read your goals correctly.
Sage again, just getting an extra refill here just to be absolutely sure. Just wants no part of the Stomper.
Poor Chrissy having to deal with the Mega Man 1 Sniper Joe. Sniper Joe in Mega Man 1 is relentless. There is no escape.
No escape!
No escape, yeah. Impact Man from Mega Man 11 took notes from Sniper Joe of Mega Man 1. He will follow you until the end of time.
So very nice from Sage Hero. Today I learned that drill works pretty good on the Moth.
I do believe that it's his weakness.
I think ring is the true weakness, but drill seemed to be actually really strong still. Like I think it might have been doing 3.
I could also be mixing up BCAS. Burst Chaser
BCAS
Crosshair
owns.
Slide. Yeah, BCAS owns. I do that constantly because I ran Burst Chaser Air Slide, and it's a ROM hack in which a lot of the weaknesses are changed.
So Sage using balloon on the long spike screen here. This is the normal speedrun strat. Chrissy using Alec here in the bomb corridor. Good idea for taking out these Susies. So he's taking out all the Susies at least.
Looks like he's just gonna take the death. Well, he's not resetting, so maybe he's just gonna go back to ice now then.
I'm not going to say that bomb's the best weapon, but probably should just take down Bomb Man.
Probably, yeah. Oh, maybe he just didn't think he had the health for it. Granted, he could use the select glitch if he so chooses.
He does have Alec, that's true. Select glitch works with a lot of other weapons too, but Alec by far the easiest one to do it with.
Oh, we got a contender. Bomb Man is the best, has the best weapon. Chat said so.
Explosive take.
So it is. Yep, there he goes back to ice. Okay, so he does know. That's good.
Sage going in to fight the dreaded square machine.
Yes, using only drills.
He's got full drill, so that's good.
Oh wow, gets a 1 right off the bat. So Square
Always
Machine.
lucky.
Yeah. Square Machine gives you 1 of 3 patterns. 1 and 2, wow.
If this
Steve's
was a
shaking
speedrun,
his
this would
head.
be
He's
like
mad
amazing.
about that.
No,
So Square Machine gives you 1 of 3 patterns, basically a 1, 2, or 3 pass. Getting a 1-1, if I remember right, is something like a 1% chance of happening in a run.
Yep.
It's extremely low. And so the fact that he got a 1 and then a 2 is like, you know, amazing, because normally you would kill the boss in 2 cycles. So that's an amazing pattern, and I can imagine quite frustrating as a Mega Man 4 player to get that in this kind of a run instead of a real Mega Man 4 run.
I'm mad just watching it.
Yeah, the most common pattern that you see is 3-2. That happens most often, but it wastes a ton of time.
Yep, that is an accurate statement.
There he goes.
You have it.
2 goals left, both of them in dock stages.
Get out Mega Man 3. Let's go.
And it looks like you were right. Crashman is a Needleman. Doc Needle.
It's like reaching back for this Mega Man 3 knowledge. Where do I keep it?
It's under the hat, dude.
I guess so.
The hat of knowledge. But that means he's down to his final game. Doesn't have to load up anything else.
Just needs to remember the password. It's right there on the bingo card. Also, shouts to the MegaManHomepage.net. Site's been up forever and has the password generator on it.
Alright, Kirsty's got his Ice Slasher now. Just has to go find a big eye. The only one that I can think of are at the end of stages. The fastest one is probably in Gutsman stage.
Fastest one is probably in Guts. But Chrissy's going to
Going
cut.
back to cut, yeah.
Very long stage. Just not trusting his knowledge of Mega Man 1, I'm sure.
Gutsman stage is an incredibly short stage if you have the magnet beam, which he does. You skip a good portion of it being an auto-scroller. Instead of riding these platforms, you just walk over the top of everything.
Even without the magnet beam,
it's still a fast stage.
Just ride those platforms.
It's still quite a fast stage. Certainly faster than Cut or Elec. I'm glad he didn't go back to Elec. That would have been very bad.
That would have been not good. I think Cut and Elec are probably the longer two stages to have done this with. Even Ice, well, he already had some trouble with Ice itself.
Yeah, the other stage, I don't think there's any others in the Robot Master stages. He would have had to have gone to, or okay, no, he could have redone Ice.
Yeah,
there's one at the end of Ice, and then otherwise he would have had to have finished and done Wily 1. There's several at the beginning of Wily 1.
Yeah, Guts Man stage is probably the option.
Yeah, Guts, if not Ice. But Gutsman would have definitely been the fastest. But hey, that's what comes with knowledge here. Sometimes you don't remember things in the moment either, and so you just kind of have to go with what knowledge you know of on hand and roll with it. The Sage is trying to finish Doc Shadow first before going to the Doc Needle stage to beat Crash Man. So trying to complete one stage. I'm not sure if Crash is the first or second boss. I think he's the second boss. Okay, so he's got to complete the stage either way.
Part of me suspects that Sage was trying to figure out which stages is Doc Crash in, which stage is Doc Crash in. Well, I know I have to go to Doc Shadow anyway. Let's just do that. Chrissy going right into Tomahawk Man. Gonna do it with the Buster. Tomahawk Man, kind of an annoying boss. Terex, you would know more than I would, but I feel like not the top of my list of fights I want to do with the Buster, but maybe not at the bottom either.
Tomahawk Man is the hardest fight Buster only in this game.
There you go.
Like, without question, in my opinion, he's the hardest one to deal with if you are not used to him.
Yeah. He's the hardest. I'm like, I can't bring myself to say he's like a hard Buster only fight overall across the series. But Tomahawk
certainly
Man
there's harder,
is mean.
He's very mean, yeah. He moves only by jumping, but the jump height varies, and he can do it very rapidly. And his attacks are full screen. Not full screen attacks, but they travel across the whole screen, so dodging them is tricky as well if you're not used to them. But Sage just has one goal left, so Chrissy's got to pick up a lot on the pace to catch up, but I think Sage might have this one.
Sage is probably looking up exactly where Doc Crash is right now.
Yep, that might be the case.
This is definitely something you see across bingos in every game and every series. Half of the fun is just remembering where things are when you get an obscure goal like this.
And that's where that knowledge of games that you play comes in handy, right? So say like if Chrissy had tried to do the same things, trying to complete Cossack 1 and 2 using only Drill Bomb would have probably been a nightmare just based on not knowing where the ammo drops are at, specifically that Sage knows, and how to get around it.
So Sage is looking for something here. Well, Chrissy's on the last couple screens of Tomahawk Man. Let's see how his Buster only fight goes.
I think he only has one other thing to do in 6, and that's to go defeat a shielded turret, which he can find in Nightman stage pretty early on.
Yep. So I believe Tomahawk Man, one of the gimmicks here is he can attacks again as soon as his attack leaves the screen. So certainly getting him to attack across the screen is to your advantage in that situation.
Yes, so the bosses, yeah, like in Tomahawk Man's case, once his attack leaves the screen, there he goes, he gets it. Nice job. Once the attack leaves the screen, he can attack again. So if you get in a corner with him, it becomes very dangerous because he starts attacking at twice the speed as what he has normally, and it's very hard to dodge because you have no room to work with.
Sage is halfway home now. I think it's been a while since Sage has played Mega Man 3 because he seems to be referencing something an awful lot here.
Might be looking up where like ammo drops are for this section. So what he's doing here on top of Rush, he's actually speeding up this section because if you remove Mega Man from the screen, his sprite is no longer there, so it's causing less lag on screen. 3 is an incredibly laggy game. What was that?
No, Chrissy went for the ceiling skip and jumped into the spikes.
Oh, yeah. Tricky screen, that's for sure. Trying to get through that without stopping. One of the hardest rooms in the game if you try to go for that. Yeah, taking damage, that's fine. And it's just on this next screen, so he just has to wait for it to open up, and then that's it.
Done.
It's done with 6.
Well, with 6 anyway.
Looks like he's double checking to see which turrets he needs to take out in other games. He's already got Mega Man 1 done. Doesn't need to go to 2. And I imagine that he's taken out 5 already.
I'm pretty sure he's done with 5, assuming he did go into Gyro Man way back when.
Looks like he's going to go to 4.
Yep. In 4, he needs to defeat Brightman to get the Flash Stopper, and then set about finding 2 different colors of mono rotors, while hoping sagehero has an impossible time against Doc Crash.
Yep, that's the only kicker here. Is Sage is quite close to being done here.
He's got to consult the old weakness chart. Not sure which chart he's looking at. Shadow is not going to help him here. Was hoping to see maybe a soft weakness I didn't know about, but he wants hard knuckles.
Yep, looks like he just has to use Shadow, Spark, or Magnet in any sort of combination. All of which
I missed that part of the goal.
Yes, so it's not that he wants to use Hard Knuckle because that's the weakness, it's because he has to use the other 3. Specifically. And I think that they all just deal 1 damage to him, which gets to be a little tricky.
So we have an E-Tank problem.
Yep. So he could very well lose the fight and have to try and get another E-Tank and start over, but we'll see what happens.
Just ran out of Magnet. Magnet, of course, takes 2 points of ammo to fire, so that's going to be a problem. You can have, I think, 2 or 3 spark shots on the screen at a time, so it's possible that could be useful. Of course, Shadow also has that diagonal shot.
Saying Spark is useful in any context is a flat-out lie. Let's be honest.
Well, I mean, given them, you can kind of sort of manipulate Crash into jumping whenever you shoot. Having more than one shot of the screen can be helpful, but in that context, you're really just using Spark as lemons because the goal told you to. But that's that.
And that's it. Sage finishes.
Get your GGs out for sagehero, who is done really fast here just with that plethora of Mega Man 4 goals plus Gravity Man. Chrissy picked a lot of really long goals and then had some problems with Iceman stage, which didn't really help him, especially because he needed to defeat Iceman to complete another goal anyway. He still has to go into at least Mega Man 3, along with completing some Mega Man 4 goals here, and then Mega Man 2 just to defeat some enemies. He's going to need, in Mega Man 2, he would need to defeat Flashman to freeze a sniper armor in midair. So he's going to be a while.
Looks like Chrissy's gonna excuse me. Looks like Chrissy's gonna try to finish up with the time that we still have here. Sage, in the meantime, is gonna try and do some other goals for fun, just to see if we can get them done. Looks like he's gonna try to do the Yoku block goal, which is try to touch the top of every single disappearing block in Iceman, Heatman, and Magnet Man. That is a lot of blocks and a lot of patterns to account for. So we'll see if he can finish it out.
I feel like Iceman might be the hardest one of these, just because there's a lot of blocks you never use. I'm trying to figure out all the blocks in Heatman you don't use.
Heatman is going to be much harder, in my opinion, because like the one in Iceman here, you're not going to die at all. Heatman, you're over a giant pit the entire time.
It's one of those things where if you've done the Heatman Yoku blocks before, you can do them again. Magnet Man's Yoku blocks, anybody who's done Magnet first in Mega Man 3, it should be easy. Good work, Chrissy, just going right past the hippo.
Yeah, that's a very convenient thing about the mini bosses in 4, is you can skip all of them somehow.
Almost all of them, anyway. We got this guy still sitting here.
That's true, almost all of them.
I was gonna say, if that one doesn't count as a mid-boss, we're gonna have to go back and tell Sage he's got to go into Ringman stage again and do something.
Yeah. No, I think he's good, though.
Chrissy has defeated at least one of the rotors here. Sage did tag the top of a block, but's having a little bit of trouble getting onto the next part of the sequence.
Yep. You do have to go all the way to the right, back to the left, and then back to the right again in this one.
And this is where I find this one to be kind of the painful one of the goals. As an Iceman stage, they actually made it a little bit of a maze here, as opposed to, you know, a sequence of blocks that you just jump onto. He got zipped.
He got zipped.
Chrissy's trying to get out of Ringman stage. He's fallen in a pit at least once here. So Chrissy going into Drillman stage, which does have more of the mono rotor enemies, as well as the turret with the shield for Mega Man 4.
Also, I do want to note that while Sage finished, that was an incredibly fast time. Getting around 30 minutes is a very, very fast time for a double bingo. Generally, you're going to see about 40 minutes at least. Fortunately for Chrissy, the Drillman turrets are quite far into the stage. They're just on this next screen, but had to go quite a ways.
It's okay. There's the mono rotors that he wants to kill are actually on the next screen.
That's true.
Oh man, this part of the Yoku blocks is actually kind of annoying for Heatman.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Heat Stage for the Yoku blocks.
There's a lot of blocks. So this is the tour de force we were talking about earlier. So yeah, I think Sage just realized he can make this jump. You can get clipped onto that block if you do it right. So he's touched everything up until that next block that he's going to jump to. Here, no, he wants to jump to it.
Not quite getting the timing on that. You can just kind of get zipped up on top of that block, but there he goes.
So there's one block that I think appears over your head near the end, and that's going to be the gotcha. There he goes. You got it.
You got it. He's going to dock Shadow now to complete that goal. Only 2 left. Which I believe he will be done right here on this game. Unless he has not gone to 2 yet.
He has not gone to 2 yet.
Okay, so he still does have to do the sniper armor.
He would have to clear Doc Shadow and then go into... Presumably he would go into Doc Needle. I'm trying to think in my head if Doc Needle actually has those turrets. I don't think it does. We actually just want to reset Mega Man 3 and go into normal Needle.
Needle and Doc Needle have those, yes.
Okay. Oh, I think there's one like at the very end of Doc Needle. It's like before the second giant met. I'm trying to think of where another one is, and I cannot think of one.
Is it in the search snake section?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think there's just the one. Sage is getting zipped around. I don't know if he's technically touched the top of all these yet by accident.
Yeah, I'm not so sure either. I think he has... he has another section, or two sections to go through in this.
Indeed. This is the most complicated sort of section with the most sort of back and forth and distraction blocks. Chrissy clutching it out with the 2 or 3 hit points left. See, all these runners that go to top first now in Mega Man 3 forget how to do the Yoku block sections.
Yeah, because they all used to go to Magnet first and no longer can do that. Because they just fly over it now. There he goes.
These kids and their rush jets. So Sage managed to do that. Let's see if he goes for something else. Chrissy, I don't think he actually defeated one of the turrets, or unless there was one in Doc Shadow, but I don't think there is.
You might be thinking that he's just going to reset and go to Needle. Oh, or just...
Let me see.
No, because he's 2, yeah.
He's saying he went to Needle before he went to Doc Shadow.
Oh, I see, I see.
We were all hypnotized by sagehero trying to jump on Yoku blocks.
It's a long goal. So you can see kind of a big difference between even in just the red goals. Like, some of them are hard and some of them are just really long to do. Like, defeat one of every type of shielded turret. That's not a hard goal to do at all. But the fact that you have to go through 5 games to do it makes it much longer than you would think it does. Alright, well now he gets Flash Stopper, so now you can freeze the Sniper Armor mid-jump.
Right.
And then that'll be his final one.
Nice.
Looks like he's gonna go to Quick. Take care of that. I don't know, can you reselect
You can't
stages in 2?
You cannot. I'm trying to think where the earliest turret armor actually is in this game.
Quick's not a bad idea.
Yeah, it's
He just has to go through the first fall section here, and it's there.
No, there's not one in the middle section. That's the sort of flame throwing enemies, the torches.
Oh, you're right. You're right. It's at the end of the stage.
It's at the end of the stage. It's at the end of Flash's stage. It's at the end of Heat's stage. You don't want to do Heat for sure.
No. Though, granted, he does have item 3, so he could zip through Heatman's stage.
Yeah, but he'd still have to do the Yoku block section. And he's going to get...
Ooh, that was quite close.
I thought for sure he was going to get sniped. Welcome to Quick Laser section.
Yeah, no kidding. Welcome to Chrissy giving commentators a heart attack section.
The only heart attack was when he didn't get killed. I was shocked. So here it comes. Ta-da!
Looks like he finishes with that. Not sure if we can get him in here for an interview or not.
Those are your GGs. And thanks for hanging out with us as we play a bunch of Mega Man games.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
And just like a lot of other bingo goals, it's a good way to sort of show a little bit of creativity in the routing process and just a little knowledge and have a little bit of fun. As opposed to the usual, we're using Brightman through Mega Man 4 all over again. We'll see if anybody wants to say anything, but we might. Maybe we're done. Maybe we're not. Either way, I want to thank everybody for coming out to hang out here on Speed Gaming as part of Speed Gaming Live. We love the Speed Gaming channel, so please, support them if you can. Keep hanging out, keep having fun, keep watching races. And let's just enjoy some speedruns.
Hey man, speedrun zone.
How's it going?
Sage and Chris are here.
Welcome. GG's, guys. That was a good race.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I told Chrissy in chat, but I think that was a very lucky card for me. We have kind of opposite strengths and weaknesses, and I think that card did kind of lean towards my strengths.
Yeah,
there was a lot of difference in it though. I think it was pretty fair card. And my routing was just very, very bad.
Yeah, you don't see two people or two separate rows taken ever really, but sometimes someone does it and they make it work.
It looked like a good idea when I first saw it. Okay,
I'm assuming because you saw like several Mega Man 5 things related to it, and you ran with that.
Okay, so like how I did this was that I focused on like 5 and 2 and 6. And then I was like, okay, in this row, I have to do this. Otherwise, this row won't work, And then I had to take those extras. And those extras, they kind of, they were they stole a lot of time because they were very long. So, yeah. The other ones, it looked like they had very scary goals on them, so.
Definitely, for sure. Yeah, some of the red ones were very intimidating.
House like 1 and 2 using only drill is not something I would ever feel comfortable to. I think.
So I honestly forgot. I got to the Moth boss, and I honestly forgot that there's no boss checkpoints in Mega Man 4
we saw that we went. He's
so I was like, I'm just gonna take a safety death here. Oh wait, I'm at the halfway point of the stage.
This isn't any other Mega Man game.
And I had already picked up like all the energy drops in the second half, so I was just like, let me just game over.
Restart it, yeah. So yeah, if you had done that the first try, that would have been another, like 5 minutes cut off?
Probably not 5 minutes, but a little bit, yeah. I was honestly not sure how much drill I needed. That's one thing I did not know is how much damage drill did to the bosses there. It's a surprising amount. I think it was 2 each.
Yeah, it was 2 for Mothria at least.
The drill lag seemed to be messing with Square Machine. I don't know if you guys saw that. Sometimes it didn't shoot at all. It just sat there.
I just saw that you had a 1-2 pattern.
Yeah,
I saw you like shaking your head. I was like, he's so mad right now.
I was also so mad in commentary for you.
Yep. Yeah, you chose quite the set of goals there. You knocked out 3 or 4 in a single hit of like completing gravity. Like that was
gravity
a fantastic set of things to do at once. But yeah, I don't know. Do you guys have anything else you want to say, or anything about bingo in particular?
Yeah, everybody who's watching should. Oh, sorry, GG to you too, Sage. I was about to say, everybody who's watching, you all should pick up bingo as well. It's really fun. That is what I wanted to say.
Yeah, it's really fun. The website is online. Unfortunately, it's not like some other ones where it's like 2 players, so we both have to have our own cards. But it's like constantly being updated and reworked, so it's really cool to see improvement.
Yeah, Mega Man Bingo was a thing that was around. It feels like maybe 5 years ago now. and it kind of got left by the wayside, and we're kind of working on rebuilding those goals right now. And once it's in a good place, we'll see what we could do with it.
Yeah, it's constantly
Sounds like a
evolving,
good
so
idea.
it's exciting. All right, well, I think that wraps it up here for us. So, if you have any questions about Mega Man stuff, we are all people that I think you can contact, and we'll get you situated if you want to join in.
Yeah, come over to the Mega Man leaderboards, check out the Discords, say hello, play more Mega Man games, whether it's the Classic Series, the X Series. We'll have a good time.
All right, then yeah, I guess with that we'll sign off.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.